Craig Johnston is a friend of the building unions. And as far as the building unions are concerned, Craig Johnston is a working class hero.
On July 10, 2004, 8,000 workers marched to the Melbourne County Court in solidarity with Craig Johnston, former Australian Manufacturing Workers Union State Secretary, who was facing criminal charges arising from an industrial dispute 3 years ago.
Steve Tucker, how you going? We're from Caterpillar. We're here to support Craig Johnston today, because he's been wrongly accused and wrongly dealt with, and a lot of other wrongly things.
It's about attacking Craig Johnston because of activities that he did whilst he was a state organiser and a state secretary for the AMWU, and the good job that he obviously did.
If they can get a conviction against him, he's can no longer hold office in the union or any political thing. This is what it's all about.
He's ruffled many feathers in the industry, and certainly with employers and governments, and this is an opportunity to pay back.
In 2001, without notice, Johnston Tiles factory sacked its maintenance workforce, outsourcing the work. 29 workers lost their jobs. Some of them had been with the company for over 25 years. Workers on the picket line were unsuccessful in preventing scabs from entering the factory, and on June 15, the protest moved inside the factory. The spontaneous protest lasted around 10 minutes, involving workers wearing balaclavas running through the premises. 18 unionists were charged. The media played its part by exaggerating the protest, and the charges were dropped for 17 unionists. But the Department of Public Prosecutions refused to drop the serious charges of threat to kill and criminal damage against Craig Johnston.
Whenever a militant, an internationalist or a socialist is effective, they will be targeted and attacked, and efforts will be made to remove them from positions of influence. So it should be no surprise to anyone why Craig is being singled out, set up and tried to make an example of.
This federal government, along with the employers, just can't resist attacking workers, and it's about time we stood up to them.
It's the same if you go into a fight as the one who is the ringleader, you attack him first, and if you have beaten him, then you more or less have won the battle.
It's part of the overall attack against unionists, against the militant tradition here in Victoria. If there's anybody in this town who represents that militant tradition, Craig Johnston.
He's a legend of his time, doing like a cyclone, organised wicked.
There was 18 people involved in this, you know, and he seems to be the one that's been picked on.
The major political parties are trying to do now is to make the whole political, if you like, industrial system, they try to criminalise it so that unionists, be they rank and files or officials, become scared.
What's happened to the 29 workers that were sacked by Johnston Tiles? Some of those workers have never worked since, Tom. Who's there looking after them? When is Johnston Tiles and when is Skilled Engineering going to be charged for ruining 29 workers and their family lives? When is the courts going to take that issue up?
He was a no-nonsense sort of bloke, and that's what we really need in the union, you know, someone that won't take a backward step.
He's a working class man.
Just over there, the dark blue banner. 2 years ago, they were in a huge struggle. They were outside the gate, they were negotiating, they were trying to get a deal. And the boss was moving nowhere. So it was Craig, the metal workers, and of course the construction workers who answered that call, went down and supported their picket, and they won their blue. So they're here today.
Craig Johnston! Yes, hey, Cameron, stick it up your ass!
This gathering, if you like, of AMWU members is not endorsed by the National Office.
Craig Cameron, shame!
I assume that's because Doug Cameron doesn't know what a unionist is, obviously. We're here to defend somebody who's been out there defending people for years.
There's actually several thousand metals, food and printing workers here, and all the officials. But the National Secretary of the AMWU, his name's Johnston Cameron. has actually put out a notice to say that if any official, any staff member, any member comes, they can be charged under the union rules. And they're here today and said, fuck that, There's no doubt there's a political agenda to go out and demonise trade unionists, whether it be the old painters and doctors, the old BLF, and now it's the CFU, and that's the ones they're after. They really want to get the CFU. There's no doubt if they get a chance, they'll have a go at the plumbers, the ETU, the metals, the textiles, the missos, the bullets. Anyone that has a go, put your head up, they'll try to kick it off.
And it's important that everybody's here today, that when Craig and other people go up, that they're not standing in the dock by themselves. They're standing with 7,000 or 8,000, 9,000 workers. And we've got to tell everybody in the country today, you touch Craig Johnston, you touch all of us.
There's only one way to get a 36-hour week. There's only one way to defend workers' jobs and conditions, and that's to get out there and fight. And those unions that have been getting out there and fighting, we've got those conditions.
We can't allow trade unionists to go to jail over industrial relations issues.
I wish the trade union movement had another 1,000 Craig Johnston.
I see the attack on Craig as an individual as part and parcel of the overall attack by this federal government on militant unions.
The federal Liberal government and the state Labor government have got a bipartisan position on militant trade unionism. They don't like it, they don't want it.
I'm here on behalf of the professional firefighters. As a small union, we rely upon larger unions. And indeed, Craig, CFMEU, they have always been there when we have asked.
This federal government wants to knock over the big militant unions.
I have here a cheque for $5,000 from our fighting fund in Western Australia. I want to present that to Craig. There's more there and there's more to come.
We say this from the waterside. Craig Johnston was down there with tens of thousands of workers in the Patrick's dispute. He was there welding sleepers together, containers together, and our union and our branch and the Victorian branch will be there to end. Dare to struggle, dare to win. If you don't fight, you lose.
I've been here before when a bloke in Sydney, O'Shea, was jailed. After 2 days we had him out of jail. Well, we had a nationwide 48-hour stoppage.
This is just the start of one, defending Craig, but also defending the union movement as a whole.
Whatever happens in the court, suspended sentence, conviction, time in jail, whatever happens, we'll be there for Craig.
Because there's that famous sign that says, because the union makes me strong. And I tell you, I'm the strongest bloke in the world today because of what you people have done being here. Dare to struggle, dare to win. You don't fight, you lose. The Walkers United, come on everybody, you ready? Go Walkers, unite!